れはきっと終わりじゃなくて始まりへと向かう過去のゲームのようにまた繰り返す世界に終わりを
Hello guys, welcome back to my reaction channel, and today I just finished watching One Piece episode 37 with Nami. That broke me, bro. I cried like a little bitch. That episode was insane, and I'm about to watch episode 38. But before that, I was told by my editor to watch this little clip that he made about the subtitles. I heard a lot of you are complaining like these subtitles aren't accurate, they don't translate certain words and stuff like that. But these subtitles, if I understood correctly, were done by the real OG fans, and they're even more accurate than the original ones because they're like they put their souls into these subtitles, and they purposely left certain words that are like OG words from this anime, and they didn't translate them because they want us to learn a bit of Japanese as well as understand and feel the show through those words, bro. And I think my editor is gonna explain such things in this video, why these for example, like I chose these subtitles. Like in the beginning he showed me both, and I chose these because they're like easier to read, bigger, and they're just more fun. I'm not a sub watcher. I don't really enjoy sub that much. I mean, I do once I get into it from the start, but if I switch, or like I prefer the dub. If dub is even like remotely decent, I would rather watch dub. But you guys are trying to get me into sub more and more, so because I said, okay, I'm gonna watch One Piece in sub, I said, give me these subtitles. They seem easier and just like more fun. And yeah, so far I've been really enjoying the show. And you guys still complain, oh, wrong subtitles, bro. Like, I cannot win with you guys. You're gonna piss me off, I'm gonna switch to dub, bro. Stop it. Like, if I gave you the sub version, let me watch in my own subs, bro. You watch the show anyway. The subs are perfectly fine. I understand everything. Like, even if there's something not translated above, they show me what they mean. So the subs are perfect. But this video is gonna illustrate that point more, and this is the first time I'm gonna hear it too, so bear with me, guys. That being said, you know what to do. Subscribe, like, all that. Let's go.
So, hello everybody. This is a special video I wanted to make, one that I think is necessary when it comes to Lucky's One Piece videos. It's to address the subtitles as well as some miscellaneous things. As I think everybody knows by now, I have given Lucky One Piece fan subs as opposed to the official ones, which were done by Funimation. These subtitles are done by a group named Kaizoku fan subs, Kaizoku being Japanese for pirate. There are several reasons for as to why I have given them these subtitles. First of all, this is something that's incredibly important to Lucky, and it's that these subtitles are very easy to read for him. It's not purely about how big the subtitles are either, but it's also the text font that they use. The subtitles are also very fun. Fan subs actually usually animate the subtitles for attacks, as well as animate the lyrics to openings and endings. Some may like it, some may not, but I'd argue it adds more personality to the entire experience. Also, these subtitles try to be more accurate because, well, these subtitles are made by One Piece fans, and they try to be more accurate to the Japanese, like keeping the Aniki or Aneki honorifics intact. By the way, here's something I want to mention too. Oni-chan is referring to a brother, One-chan is referring to a sister. For guys, there's an E sound, and for girls, it's an S sound. That, just like with Aniki and Aneki, right? Whenever a character calls somebody an Oni-chan or One-chan, they don't always mean it literally. Like, it could just mean like homie, right? Like you know how we say bro to each other in English? Like if I talk to you, I could just be like, hey, what's up, bro?
Because
how you doing?
take it literally.
That doesn't literally mean that you're my brother. But anyway, while these fan subs do make mistakes sometimes, the fan subs fix mistakes in the future, like Mihawk's first name. Also, official subtitles tend to have more problems, like over-localizing terminology or even just regular dialogue. For example, yes, Mihawk did say surpass me to Zoro in Japanese. The official subtitles have him say try to surpass me, but no, he literally just said surpass me followed up by surpass this sword. I wanted to mention that here because people have been messaging me about this. And also, I want this following sentence of mine to be etched into the minds of many, right? And it's that official doesn't mean more accurate or more faithful. And the reason why I want that to be etched into the minds of many is because, at least from my personal observations, whether it's One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, Dragon Ball, etc., people tend to side with what the official subtitles or official sources do or say, as opposed to what the fan subs do or say, purely on the basis that one is official and one isn't. Thing is, my argument of anything is that fan subs tend to be better when fans make them because, the fans actually understand the series as well as the nuance required to properly translate Japanese to English, in addition to the fans understanding the context and meaning of all the scenes that they translate. By the way, the reason I'm actually making you watch this after episode 37 specifically is because at the very beginning of episode 38, Kaizoku fansubs actually released a note where they announced that from here on out, they'll start to approach the way they handle, the way they subtitle One Piece differently. I'll read it for you while I have the announcement on screen. Kaizoku Fansubs has decided to make some changes to our translation and portrayal of the series. The story of One Piece is set in a world completely different from our own, a unique world containing its own oddities, special words, and characterizations. We feel that certain key words or terms lose their meaning once they are translated, and by leaving them in Japanese rather than English, it helps the viewer to become more involved in the world and, in a sense, in One Piece's own personal and special language.
I can see that.
Therefore, in the future, we will leave the following things in Japanese and add a translation note during their first appearances. By the way, before I go any further, the translation notes are like the text notes that you see on top of the episode sometimes, where they explain stuff. Anyway, all special moves and attacks, certain terms, phrases, and nicknames that are difficult to translate or that have a special sentimental meaning to either the series itself or its hardcore fans, which, for example, like in Japanese Dragon Ball, Bulma refers to Goku as Son-kun, right? Like, you can't really translate Son-kun into, like, Little Son because it doesn't have the same kind of sentimental value. Anyway, honorifics. Kaizoku Fansub's goal is to provide the highest quality and most accurate translation of One Piece. We want to create new fans of the series as well as please hardcore fans. We feel that by keeping a few things in their native Japanese, it helps you as a viewer get a true feel of the series and also enables you to learn a little Japanese yourself as well. Mikan. From the very beginning we have translated Nami's Mikan as orange. However, it would be more accurate to translate it as tangerine. In Japan, tangerines are symbols of prosperity, wealth, and happiness, along with it being associated with cats. A tangerine is a perfect symbol for Nami because of her love of wealth. By her saying, "I love money and tangerines," she is, to an extent, saying, "I love money and more money." And by the way, that line, "I love money and tangerines," is what, or Mikan is what she said to Luffy when they met in the very beginning, if you remember. Anyway, the fruit also represents her happiness, the time she spent with Belmare, and her hopes for the future. Nakama. Nakama is a very important word in the world of One Piece. A dictionary would translate it as a company, set, group, party, circle, gang, companion, fellow, mate, colleague, associate, etc. To say the tiger belongs to the cat family, you can use nakama in Japanese. In One Piece, the meaning is not strict to any of the proper definitions. It is more general and it changes in emphasis according to the situation. One Piece's nakama can either mean comrade / ally / crew member or friend / mate / partner. For this arc, and generally for Luffy's usage of the word throughout the entire series, to talk about a nakama is to talk about someone who is both deeply cared for and who shares the same road in life. It has a double meaning of best friend and partnership and is therefore difficult to translate. Understanding this deeper meaning of attachment, it is easy to see why characters react the way they do when the term is used in this manner. They are not simply crewmates or companions, nor are they just good friends. They are much more than this, and yet not in a romantic manner. This is nakama. We have chosen to not translate nakama in the future, and we hope that you take note of its significance to the story. Enjoy the episode. Kaizoku
That was informative.
So, there's a lot to unpack here, and, this note is incredibly infamous and controversial in the One Piece fandom even decades later, about whether or not nakama should or should not be untranslated, right? Though the stuff with the Mikan or tangerine symbolism is true, and also keeping attacks and stuff untranslated isn't controversial, and it should totally be fine because, it's what Viz Media does with Naruto and Bleach, right? You don't see Getsuga Tensho or Rasengan translated now, do you? I know that they don't roll off the tongue, but, I'm just saying. It's also not as if you see Seirete or Bankai names being translated either, so yeah. But anyway, I don't want to go down this messy nakama rabbit hole because, what I have to say about it will make both sides disagree with me, so I just won't say anything on this note besides what I already did. But anyway, like I said, Kaizoku Fansubs does make mistakes at times, but you can tell from this note alone how passionate that they actually really are. And when it comes to the mistakes that Kaizoku Fansubs makes, for example, like for non-Japanese sounding terms, the reason these mistakes happen in the first place is because they really had nothing to go off of other than the original Japanese dialogue. And Japanese pronunciations of English or any foreign language for that matter can be easy to misinterpret and really, really easy to mishear as something else. And, what I mean by them having nothing to go off of, see, these subtitles, like I already said, are decades old at this point. These subtitles were made in the early 2000s, a long time before any official subtitles were made. To give a bit of history here, One Piece's anime first aired in October of 1999 in Japan. One Piece did not get officially released in the United States until 2004 by a company named 4Kids, which I think you may have heard of. They're the same company who dubbed Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! This is a company that's incredibly infamous for censoring the hell out of stuff that they, try to localize. Examples being that they censored Sanji's cigarette to a lollipop, they also removed blood, they added childish, cheesy lines, heck, the opening was a rap, stuff like that, etc. Right? There's a lot of just messy stuff going on. They released 104 episodes, which were cut down from 143 episodes. Yeah, they cut episodes out, sometimes entirely, sometimes partially, sometimes it would, have better pacing, but at times it would just cut out really important stuff. It was a mess. Like, think of it as the think of it as how the Dragon Ball Z Ocean Dub was handled, because they cut out 67 out of the 67 episodes that they did, they cut it down to 53 episodes. Think of it as that. Obviously, 4Kids never put out subtitled One Piece episodes, so yeah, while 4Kids had the license, they never released subtitled One Piece, so in that time, everybody had to rely on the Kaizoku fansubs translations. It wasn't until 2007 that Funimation acquired the One Piece license after 4Kids dropped it like a rock after, it didn't do so well for them. But the issue is that when Funimation acquired the license, they just continued dubbing from where 4Kids left off instead of redubbing the first 100-some-odd episodes that 4Kids originally dubbed. And again, for the Dragon Ball comparison, this is exactly the same thing that Funimation did with Dragon Ball Z, where they just continued from where the Ocean Dub cast left off of after Goku defeated Rakuma and Namek instead of redubbing the Saiyan Saga and earlier Namek stuff. It wasn't until May of 2008 that One Piece Episode 1 was officially available uncut with dub and sub. And
that's a lot of time.
By May of 2008, One Piece has already aired over 350 episodes in Japan, which leads into another point that I want to make. And it's yet another one that, it's yet another point, or rather, another conclusion that I've come to after thinking about it for a while, and it's simply this is just part of the reason, but One Piece's sub versus dub debate is so much more in favor of sub because for years, One Piece's dub was just considered an absolute joke because of 4Kids. And by the time One Piece's dub was finally available uncut with better dialogue, One Piece's English community was already thriving with hundreds of fansubs episodes already out there, right?
Okay.
Like, One Piece in the West got popular due to Kaizoku fansubs. It's exactly why you see many, many people say on One Piece forums, and even on other social media sites, that they miss the old fansubs and stuff like that for One Piece, while today, you barely, if at all, hear any fansub talk surrounding Naruto or Bleach, because in the West, Naruto and Bleach only became dominantly popular due to Naruto's dub airing on Cartoon Network, as well as Bleach's dub airing on Adult Swim in the mid.
I mean, I guess this makes sense. This is why when I was studying One Piece, a lot of you guys were like, don't even consider dub, it's complete trash, it's this, that, you didn't even want to give it a chance. But now that I'm a few episodes in One Piece, like currently 37 on Patreon, right, a lot of you are like, yo, you should try dub as well, like all the voice actors from Dragon Ball, and you love Dragon Ball, you grew up on Dragon Ball, they're the same, right? So now dub ain't bad, apparently, right? So yeah, that's a big difference. Like, it started in 99, and in 2008, Funimation added like the originals. Bro, that's crazy. Like, these guys are actually heroes for this community for translating all of this, bro. I'm paying homage to them by using their subtitles, and you guys still complain. Come on, guys.
2000s. Naruto and Bleach garnered, popularity to a humongous extent in the West due to their English dubs. Meanwhile, the very backbone of One Piece's Western community are fan subs. I mean, it's exactly the reason why you see people in the fandom to this very day refer to Luffy's crew as nakama, because Kaizoku fansubs leaving nakama untranslated is iconic among the fandom. Well, why is it really iconic? Because fansubs is what made One Piece iconic and popular in the West in the first place. You don't really see anybody talking about how old Bleach fansubs, translated Zanpakuto to Soul Slayer, right? Which is, yes, that was actually a thing. Meanwhile, you still see people to this very day going all crazy over nakama this or shichibukai that, so on and so forth. One Piece's Western fandom is very much rooted in the fansub mindset, even for the people who have never even watched the fansubs in the first place, but actually watched the official ones. Think of it as the exact opposite of the Dragon Ball effect, because Dragon Ball's Western fandom is crazily attached to the dub side of Dragon Ball to such an extreme extent that it's perfectly acceptable to not watch the original Dragon Ball and just start with Z, not because of any logical reason, not because of the brain up here, but because of the fact that that's how Dragon Ball Z got popular in the West. There's no actual good reason for newcomers to...
If I ever happen to sound mad, condescending, don't worry, I tend to talk like that when trying to hammer a point home. I'm not actually mad, I'm reading off a script while trying to put in some form of emotion instead of my usual nihilistic voice. Listen guys, this is for you. I know my man ain't mad, but my man a legend for doing all of this, explaining this shit to me and all that, right? Sure, sometimes he makes a little mistake here and there, and you guys correct it. You say, we like this, we don't like this. Fine, right? But this is for you, because every time you hear this man speak, you think, oh, he's being condescending, he's putting this here, and he's pushing this anime here. No, he's actually a fan of all this shit, bro. Like, I would argue he's one of the biggest fans because he's so knowledgeable about this stuff. Like, you can clearly see that he's passionate too. And a lot of you guys just, oh, he sucks, this and that. And I'm willing to bet he knows 20,000 times more about this sort of things than you. Not all of you, but most of you that do complain. So, like, this is great. This video is actually very informative for me, and I rather for most of you guys. So I love it. I really do love it. And for those who skip OG Dragon Ball, are you brain dead, bro? That's the best part of the show. Go watch OG Dragon Ball, bro. I grew up on that shit, but I take that personally. Go watch OG Dragon Ball now.
Start with Dragon Ball Z and not watch the original Dragon Ball, yet they do. It's due to the climate of the English-speaking Dragon Ball fandom that newcomers are swayed, encouraged, or more likely to start the franchise by watching it in English while completely skipping the original Dragon Ball. Meanwhile, with One Piece, it's, like I said, the exact opposite. Due to the climate of the One Piece fandom, people are more swayed or encouraged to watch it in sub. I always try to look at the past to try to understand for as to why fandoms are the way they are, and, why they overall like something more than another thing, right? Obviously, like I said, this is just part of the reason for as to why people will prefer a dub or a sub, but thanks to the climate of a fandom encouraging people to watch it one way or another, they will consider a dub or a sub to have better voices because they are used to said voices. But the reason they're used to said voices to begin with is because they watched it a certain way when watching it for the very first time. And the reason they watched it a certain way in the very first place is because the fandom encouraged them into watching it that way. It's exactly how you get people saying that the One Piece dub voices suck ass, even though it's the exact same voice cast as Dragon Ball's voice cast, which, may I remind you, like I said, is a fandom that sucks off the English dub to such an extreme extent that they won't even consider the subtitle version an option. See how that makes literally no logical sense? It's almost like fandom indoctrination in disguise, but okay, I'll just stop. I know how all this stuff sounded crazy and I really went off the hook there. This is just me theorizing based on my personal experience for as to why people will prefer dub or sub or one voice over another voice or one term over another term. I don't know, maybe you thought I was onto something, maybe not, but whatever. I think this is it. From now on, like I said, Nakama's untranslated, attacks are as well, and there will be more translation notes because they'll keep some other stuff in other Japanese stuff untranslated. Kaizoku fansub subbed all the way up until episode 310, so we'll keep going until then. Oh, and one more thing, I just, to you guys out there, I just suggest stop trying to ask Lucky all these things about uploading more and more all the damn time. I don't know, you guys are just pretending like this is his job or something, but it's not. Like, I don't know, demanding him to upload 2 episodes per YouTube upload is just not feasible because you're acting as if he has the time to watch 10, 11, 12 episodes a week. Lucky does this for fun in what little free time he has, and, the same goes for me when it comes to editing. So I just suggest to leave him alone, alright? Well, who am I kidding? As if me saying this will actually result in people listening, but whatever. This is it. Hopefully you guys are informed by this video, and this is it.
Yeah,
see you guys later.
I appreciate the message in the end, bro. I really do. Of course, you guys are not gonna listen. This might actually cause a revolt in you guys asking for 5 episodes of video. But yeah, it's okay. I'm used to it. But yeah, like you said, I really do not have the time to watch so many episodes aside from all the shows that I'm watching. I'm not just watching One Piece, so yeah, bear with it. Yeah, I think we're keeping up a great pace so far and really enjoying. Like, these episodes are just so, like, naturally, like, they just make me want to watch more. Like, I just finished episode 37, and with Nami and Luffy just busted in there like a G, and I just want to watch 38. I don't even have the time, bro. But I'm gonna, like, I'm like, screw it. I'm gonna sacrifice half an hour of my sleep because I need to watch the next episode. I need to see what's gonna happen. That's how good it is right now. But yeah, everything he said was on point. Like, I love when he shares his opinions with me and facts as well. Most of this video was straight facts. Yeah, like I said, you guys get mad at him, like you think he's influencing me. He's not. Like, I love hearing opposite sides. If you have something to add, right? Like, I noticed in the comments, like, you guys argue that, oh, you see one translation mistake, like the Mihawk, right? Name, I think they messed up the first name the first time, and you guys on Patreon and YouTube, like, corrected in the comments, like, right away. So right away after I upload the video, I know that, like, the mistake. So there's no need for you to like send me 100 DMs because of that one word mistake to change the subtitles, bro. No. I'm not gonna strain my, like, these subtitles are really easy to read. I love that, right? And I'm really into the show because of them. Like, I would argue it's a part of the show right now, right? So why would I, like, because of one word? You guys correct it anyway in the comments, and I enjoy that as well. Also, when you have an opinion, leave a comment. I answer. I love it, right? So I love all the influence. I'm just enjoying the ride with you guys, and I love everybody to participate. No hate, just, you know, if you have more information, something he left out, or you feel like something he said isn't true, tell me in the comments. I love to hear opposite perspectives and all that, but just, like, don't spread hate or anything. Like, this is dope. I loved this video. It's informative. Half of it was for me, half of it was for you. And yeah, bro, I think these subtitles are cool. I really enjoy them, and I'm not gonna switch to the original. If I understood right, like, these subtitles aren't forever. Like, after a certain episode, I'm gonna have to switch to the originals or whatever. So we're gonna do that anyway. Let me enjoy these while they last. That being said, I ain't gonna upload this that much. If you enjoy my reactions, I don't even care, but I'm gonna go watch episode 38. Love you, stay safe, and enjoy. Bye.